So Larry, in 1981, you co-authored an important paper on transgenerational transfer of wealth. We now have new statistics out that say that, boy, it's like $105 trillion in the next 25 years. What's changed since 1981, if anything?
I think asset values have just soared. Stock market's gone way up. Houses have gone up more than the rest of the economy. So aged people have a lot of wealth and they don't live forever, and then it passes. So my guess is that if you count what happens when somebody gets an inheritance and then they invest it and that builds up more wealth, that probably the vast majority, certainly a majority of the wealth in our economy is related to inheritance. And that's of course a complicated thing. On the one hand, family values are good. On the other hand, it's not like it's equally distributed. It's not like it's even as unequally distributed as income. It's not even like it's as unequally distributed as the rest of wealth. It's really very much a phenomenon about a very small fraction of the population. You know, I think there's a kind of question that you can ask, which is, if somebody works hard and earns money, they pay income tax on that. If somebody's born well and they inherit money, the tax on that, which basically adds to their purchasing power, just like income, is much, much lower.
From an economics point of view, why do we have inheritance at all? I mean, why do we get to inherit wealth from our parents or our grandparents?
Well, I suppose the argument is, and I think it's a legitimate argument, that I ought to have a choice as to what I do with my wealth. And I can use it to buy a vacation house. I can use it to buy expensive cars, or I can use it to pass it to my kids to give them a chance. And should I be stopped from giving my money to my children or to my friends or to anything else? So in some sense, it would be a pretty radical position that would say we weren't going to allow people to pass money on or to pass support on to their children or their relatives. My own view is that that's an okay thing, and I think there's a lot of good that's come in this country out of family businesses, family farms, family assets. I do think the extent to which this avoids taxation, even among the very wealthiest people, is something that is very bizarre.